Hey guys, random thoughts on a Saturday. Which book series grabbed hold of you when you were a kid? Certainly mine, there were a few that really ignited the love for reading, the love for exploring, the love for storytelling that's kind of led me to my current career. There was a few of them. I would name Goosebumps, Boxcar Children. There have been a lot of them, but one that really stood out and really spoke to me as a adolescent, preteen. If you remember, there was a book series called Animorphs written by K.A. Applegate in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s about kids that stumble across an alien who's part of a galactic war with these creatures that burrow into your brain and take control of you. They become controllers. Your thoughts, your actions are controlled by them. And the people resisting them, the Andalites, these centaur blue creatures, are fighting them off. And these 5 preteen kids stumble across a construction site and they see this dying, the good guys, the centaur, the Andalite, that's the name of it. And he gives them the power to morph into any animal they touch. They can absorb that DNA, become that animal, all the skills and smells and sights, whatever the strength is of that animal, they do. It's really well written and has a lot of lessons about freedom and agency and escapism a little bit. I mean, certainly for me as the kid who really struggled with where I was at, my elementary school and then my middle school, and then finding my place, and really escapism for me, and that's what it's always been, is when the world disappoints for treating of books, and for me, there couldn't have been a better story than people in the shadows, the silent warriors like these kids who had this mission thrust on them, and they have to save the world, and they don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're just kids. Like, Lord knows if we ever knew what we were doing then, but now they have this tremendous responsibility, and just feeling pangs of like wanting to do something great and exploring again and having a great mission, as I'm still trying to find out my mission here in my 30s. Thought I would have found it by now, but I didn't. And that just waves of emotion came back. That brought me back to what if I could transform in any animal I wanted, and not really avoid life, but just see it from a different perspective. Because sometimes life is, like disappointing, and I really have to conjure up my own optimism sometimes. That always touched me then, and it still did now. I rediscovered. I was talking to my mother, like she found some of those old books. And then I looked up, it's on Tubi, the TV show they made about it in the late 90s, early 2000s, Animorphs, and just really compelling story. And what if you could fight off these invaders and you could transform into any animal you wanted? The kicker is, though, you can't stay in a morph of that animal for more than 2 hours, otherwise you're stuck in it. And that's the pitfall right there. But it was a great adventure. It's great writing for like a young kid, kind of young adult series. You should check it out. Animorphs by K.A. Applegate. They had a brief TV show that lasted, I think, 3 or 4 seasons, and they canceled it. And I watched it this morning, and that brought me back. And think about, what were your favorite books growing up? If you could transform into an animal, would you do it? Would you not? Would the temptation be too compelling to do that? And I also heard over the last 4 or 5 years, I was on Reddit. I don't know if it's still going on, but I hope that they do it with modern CGI and special effects, make a feature film based on the Animorphs. And if you get the right director, the right screenwriter, you get Applegate involved, I think it'd be phenomenal to really show that world and show it appearing as natural when they do the morphing thing. But at the heart of it, right, it was like anything in human experience. It's about the relationships. Just some thoughts I had. I don't know. I wanted to post them, see what you thought. Feel free to reply in the comments. Let me know what you think. Give me a subscribe as I try to create more content and post more videos daily here on my YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, Jeffrey Childs TV, the YouTube here, Instagram at Jeffrey Childs, GeoffreyChiles, and then Twitter at Jeff J. Childs. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you enjoyed my short little video here. Thanks for watching. Peace.